the tail of the tape. Even numbers, but Severn a 3-inch height advantage. Santos more experienced, 5 years older. Now let's head.
Ladies and gentlemen, watching around the world on CBSSports.com. Welcome to Titan FC 29. We are set for the opening bout of the evening. This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Titan FC lightweight division. Introducing first, the man fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 155.5 pounds. He is a Muay Thai kickboxing specialist. His record, 9 victories, opposite 6 defeats. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Curitiba, Brazil, Luciano Macarrao dos Santos. The opposition stands across the hexagon and fights out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight and identical 155.5 pounds. He is a freestyle fighter. His record 4 victories, opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Charleston, South Carolina, by way of Minerva, Ohio, Jeremy Lil Beast Severn. Your referee, Dale Fry.
It's time for Stephen Bonner's breakdown.
Really, in this fight, Severn's got to use his wrestling and ground and pound. But Dos Santos, really good striker and, you know, Brazilian guy, but he likes to fight on his feet. Expect him to try to keep this fight standing.
You know, I always like to see if the takedown can happen within the first minute. Usually that's a great sign for the grappler in Severn. Severn obviously wanted to take this to the ground.
That's very insightful. Severn, not too bad of a striker himself, but, you know, watching Dos Santos fights, you know the guy's more comfortable on his feet, so why not take your opponent where he's least comfortable?
Severn said before the fight he's excited to be on the same card as Ricci and Soteropoulos. This is, of course, the 3rd fight, Titan FC on CBS Sports Network. These first 4 fights streaming worldwide on CBSSports.com. Great opportunity for the young fighter Jeremy Severn to measure himself against Luciano dos Santos and get the exposure of Titan FC.
Severn having some success with that jab early. He does have a reach advantage, and I see he's more of a puncher where Dos Santos is better with his feet. Great kicker.
I was just about to say, Dos Santos' hands are a little bit lower than I like. That kind of style, you can get away with it in the gym with the bigger gloves. But when you have those forearms gloves up, you know, you got to keep that chin down, those hands up.
Yeah, you do. I mean, yeah, you said it perfectly there. His hands were a little low and his chin a little bit high. Very playing with fire there.
Right now, the stand-up's looking pretty even. You know, on paper, you know, everybody's expecting Dos Santos to dominate the stand-up. But right now, I got to say, it's quite even.
It is. I like the footwork from Severn, hitting the angles. He got caught with the knee there. Dos Santos charging in like a bull.
The tide has turned now. Dos Santos starting to get steam here on his side, getting a lot more momentum with the strikes.
Of Dos Santos' 9 wins, 3 have come by TKO, 4 by submission, and 2 have gone the distance. Anytime you're covering a Titan fight, obviously you have to discuss the finishing bonus. Any fight stopped short earns a finishing bonus. One of the unique elements to the Titan promotion.
Severn, still no takedown. You know, when you don't get takedown in round number 1, and it's still a bit early, you know, we just hit halfway. It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign.
He's really only had 1 attempt, and it really wasn't a full attempt. He kind of went for it, then pulled up and threw a knee. So
hard body knee by Dos Santos.
There's Dos Santos with the body lock. Gets Severn to the ground.
Severn failed a Metzger throw. He tried to do a throw called we call the Metzger, and unfortunately backfired.
Is that named after Guy Metzger?
No, not Guy Metzger. Another wrestler named Metzger, and it backfired. You know, he got caught on his knees, and it seems like Dos Santos is really controlling the wrestling here.
Severn able to get off the bottom and back to his feet, hopping on his toes here, showing some good footwork, trying to land that jab. He's had some success with that early.
Inside 2 minutes to fight here in the first round. Tonight's fights contested under the unified rules of MMA in North Carolina. 3 5-minute rounds.
Stefan, me and you don't agree often, but can we agree that Dos Santos is winning this round?
No, not after that elbow from Severn.
Stinging shot by Severn.
That was a really good elbow, but I still got Dos Santos ahead here.
And he tried the little Anderson Silva Tony Fricklin elbow right there, just missed with it. I must say, for us, would you think Dos Santos is really a southpaw who fights righty? It seems like his left hand has more power.
I think he might be a converted southpaw. That's possible. But the one thing I'm concerned with more than that is how he drops his hands and walks forward. It's really, I think it's something that can backfire later on.
You know, I've watched his fights, and he's done that before in his fights. Held his chin up and got hit with big shots, but I must say, he has an incredible chin on him.
He does, you know, but chins only last so long. It's better to use defensive skill, blocking, parrying, slipping. It's much better than taking it.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't agree more.
A near takedown there by Severn. 45 seconds left in round 1.
Here's another takedown attempt. Takedown number 3. And again, shut down by Dos Santos.
Santos able to get the double unders and take cage control, turning Severn's back to the cage. Beautiful job there.
Stefan, how is Dos Santos able to not be taken down?
He's just, well, first of all, Severn really hasn't tried too hard for takedowns. Like, it's not like he's relentlessly going for him. But really, the key to it is getting those underhooks. Dos Santos both times has been able to get underhooks on Severn.
Severn jumping off the fence with the right hand.
Did that land?
Yeah, I think they just rang the bell here. I think the referee didn't notice that they called the bell.
That was a beautiful right hand. Oh, there's
a little malfunction with the bell, guys. We had 10 extra seconds there of action.
Very close first round there.
Looking into the corner of Jeremy Severn, the little beast. Active first round. And Luciano dos Santos being worked on across the hexagon. Just looking into the corners, Stefan, it looks like Dos Santos was more taxed by that first round.
Well, then we just saw him smile and let out a little laugh there. We got Severn breathing hard. It's still arguable, Tony.
I'll tell you one thing. I think Severn was backpedaling more, and that's more fatiguing than the guy coming forward.
And also, that looks a little worse in the eyes of the judges. Sometimes you can totally lose the round, but move forward more, and the judges will give it to you.
For us, what are the coaching adjustments?
Well, Severn needs to change direction. He's got to stop backpedaling. He's got to learn to move forward. He's got to counter and back up Dos Santos. Dos Santos got to get back to the basics a little bit. Get those hands up and the chin down. Keep up that pressure. He's doing fantastic with the pressure, but he's a little sloppy with his positioning.
A good look there at Jeremy Severn. He armbarred his last opponent, Aaron Osborne. That fight lasted only 1 round. They'll have to go 2 or beyond tonight. Severn and Dos Santos, just our first fight of the night of 4 streaming before we go on to CBS Sports Network for 5 live fights starting at 10 Eastern.
You know, Severn's hand is really lined up with Dos Santos' chin. I mean, he's just got to step in there and extend that right arm completely. He's not extending it completely. He's got to go for it. He'll tag him on the chin. His chin is open.
5 live fights on CBS Sports Network starting at 10 Eastern. The main event, Ricci and Soteropoulos, the co-main, Holibo and Woodard. Much anticipated matchups for Titan FC 29 starting at 10 Eastern.
Good low kick there by Dos Santos, but Severn seems to be having some success early here with his hands.
He's been controlling the center. He's not backpedaling as much, so I'm happy though. Here he goes back to the backpedaling. He's got to find that center.
The right body kick against another orthodox fighter. Not a move I really like. Left hook lands for Severn. But does not seem to deter Dos Santos at all. Dos Santos counters him with the left of his own.
Here comes the knee. Watch this.
A flurry of action.
And you see Dos Santos hit him with that left lead hand. I think that's his power hand.
Fifth takedown attempt. Shut down again by Dos Santos.
Oh,
over and over. And here comes the knee. There it is.
Beautiful.
That's the one we're waiting for. Dos Santos in total control here. Controlling the pace. Pressure. Fantastic. He's having a great round.
Severn a little shaken up, but fires back 4 punches of his own there.
There was that right hand. Severn scored that right hand that we were looking for before. And I think he's got to keep going with that right punch.
Look at Dos Santos has top position, but lets Severn up because he thinks he's got him here with his hands.
For us, we saw Severn breathing heavy when he was down on the mat.
Oh, big right hand there. Severn wobbles.
Good knee by Severn. Whoa.
Dos Santos smells blood.
You can hear how heavy these shots are.
Oh.
And Severn's landed some good shots in this, but Dos Santos keeps just coming forward.
Severn's legs are gone, Stefan. He's got no more legs.
That really takes the will out of you when you keep hitting a guy with clean shots, but he just keeps the pressure on you, keeps walking forward.
He's outgunned and his legs are really wobbly. Severn's in trouble here.
You think that's because his chin's hurt or from some of those low kicks?
I think it's a little bit of both, but mostly from that right hand that Dos Santos landed.
Is that a good stand-up, guys?
That's fantastic. I mean, that's exactly what you want to hit the guy right on the chin. And that takes away the legs, gives you those rubber legs. Hard to move around on rubber legs.
Another hard left from Dos Santos, and you could just see the confidence growing in Dos Santos as Luciano presses forward here in the second round.
Severn showing a lot of heart staying in there, but this is not an easy thing to do. Once your legs are wobbly like this, it's hard to hit, it's hard to fire back.
Mental and physical toughness demonstrated by Jeremy Severn. He has been on the receiving end of a lot of punishment here in round 2.
Severn hurt here, wobbled, tired, fatigue, going back against the cage. This is not where he wants to be with a guy like Dos Santos. You need to get off that cage. You don't want to sit there and be a still target for him.
Vicious shots delivered on target by Luciano dos Santos.
And with a pressure fighter like that, for us, you don't want to be on the cage, as was Carlos Condit's strategy with Nick Diaz.
There's another punch off the cage. It works sometimes. You know, I've seen guys do the rope-a-dope and be successful, but it's a low percentage of success rate. I'd much rather you have control of the center. That's what Dos Santos is doing. That's why he's in better shape right now. He's less tired.
And you're not a stationary target.
The word for us used, control, Stefan. Do you agree that Dos Santos is in control?
Oh, total control here. He's an aggressive fighter. He's hurt Severn a couple times in this round. He's a shark that smells blood here. Just stalking his opponent. Lands another left here.
If Severn is able to get through round 2, it will be an achievement.
And look at that. Every time Severn lands something, Dos Santos just keeps pressing forward.
Dos Santos' volume, I would say, is above triple the amount of what Severn is throwing and connecting with.
Action-packed round. Luciano dos
Big
Santos.
second round for Dos Santos.
Controlling round 2. Jeremy Severn, though, able to stay alive and force the third round. It looked early on as if Dos Santos might close it out. Let's take a look at that early flurry.
And Dos Santos coming forward here. Look, he eats punches and completely doesn't care. He just keeps pressing forward, counters them. See how much power he got in that left hand?
And here comes the right hand that hurt him.
Right behind the ear, and that takes your equilibrium out of you.
Beautiful shot. And I love the way he just keeps putting pressure. He didn't back away and admire his work. He went right back in there and got to work again.
I love pressure fighters, and Dos Santos here has really looked impressive.
For Ross, You talked about pressure coming forward. Luciano dos Santos, nothing to adjust for him, right?
I think he needs to do exactly what he's doing, and you know, don't get reckless in there. Just keep that exact pressure, and Severn should break and should get a finish.
The fight for the finish bonus. Finish bonus, obviously. A Severn storyline here.
Severn's got to go all out here, Tony. If he doesn't get a finish, he's for sure to lose. He needs to throw bombs. He needs to connect double legs. He needs to look for submissions. Don't take no for an answer. And Severn looks game. He looks like he's going to try to implement the game plan here. I always tell my guys, it's fly or die. When you're losing 2 rounds to none, it's fly or die. You either go out on your shield or you're taking a decision loss.
Yep, you win this round and it does nothing for you. You still lose the fight, and Severn knows that. He comes out with a little more pop in his step, and he's the one moving forward.
Sloppy takedown here by Severn. He needs to go with he needs to try to connect a good shot here. Stop backing up. If Severn doesn't stop backing up, this is going to get really bad fast.
Severn looks to have his feet back under him for now. Landing some shots, sticking and moving. Looking good here in the early stages of round 3.
Stefan, we've gotten a good look at Dos Santos and his approach. What should Severn do specifically to try and stop the fight?
I mean, just like Faraz said, you know, there's no sense in trying to win this round. It's you try to finish the fight. Either, yes, you know, go down in a blaze of glory. I love that saying, by the way.
So the fly or die for us. How does Severn fly?
Well, he's got to connect his best strike. What's his best strike? You know it when you're practicing in the gym. I would say Severn's best punch is that right hand. He connected one in the first round. I thought it had some promise, but it soon faded. We're not seeing it very much anymore.
He does, and this has really turned into a kickboxing match. Severn not even trying to fake with the takedowns, just strictly striking game right here in the 3rd round.
8 fighters at Titan FC 28 earned the finishing bonus. The extra incentive.
Good left hands by Severn, but this is still not enough. He needs a KO. He needs to string them together. One left little hook like that is not going to win him the fight. It'll win him the round, but that's not what we're looking for.
He does not need that right now. And Dos Santos, too, looks to feel like he's got this fight in the bag, and he's not as aggressive here in the 3rd round.
There it is. First combination by Severn. He's got to move forward and keep it up. Get a little reckless here. There we go. He's got to get reckless and move forward. Nice. Another good little left hook.
Midway point of round 3.
Oh, that looked like it was clean. Oh, that was a brutal knee. This fight is over.
Dos Santos. Beautiful punch.
Wow.
Knee punch combination. Fantastic.
And Severn looked to be looking for the low ball blow call, but you cannot take your eyes off your opponent. And he did. Dos Santos made him pay. Brutal knockout here from Luciano dos Santos.
Dos Santos was patient, kept up the same pace.
Come in, just you.
Just a matter of time before he breaks it.
Wow, that was devastating KO here. And he's the one who didn't need that. He could have just danced around, stuck his jab a little bit, but no, he went for the finish and he got it.
Fantastic.
Let's take a look at our fight replay, brought to you by ProSubs. Results, period.
And here it is, liver shot. That was to the body. Oh, and that knee was just brutal. Hands down, trying to protect the body. Those 3 were unnecessary. Good job by the referee. Got in as soon as he could.
You know, sometimes when you get hit to the body, it's good to just drop down to guard and try to recoup. But he tried to shoot a double with after that body shot. Bad idea.
You get hit with a good body shot, and really sometimes the only thing you can do is just go fetal.
Stefan, you said it well. Brutal knockout. Brutal.
It really was. At first, I thought Severn was looking for the low blow, but no. When I see the replay, I realize that he was just hurt to the body and just looking to try to breathe, really. When you get hit with a body shot, that's all your mind tells you. Oh, my God, I need oxygen.
This is worth another look. The finishing touches put on by Luciano dos Santos to earn his 10th professional victory.
The bout ends at 2 minutes 38 seconds of the third round. Your winner by knockout, Luciano Macarrao dos Santos.
Let's take a look at that thrilling finish. The fourth knockout of dos Santos' career. Steppen right on target here.
Here we go. Bas Rutten is going crazy somewhere. Liver shot, left hook to the body, followed up by a brutal knee upstairs. Great job by Luciano dos Santos. Gets the stoppage, gets the victory. Great performance here at Titan FC.
Yep. Dos Santos looked like RoboCop out there. Just kept walking forward. Seemed indestructible.
That's a great reference. Taking us back to RoboCop. Luciano dos Santos with tonight's fight finish, sponsored by WeFundLawsuits.com.